Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Rotor Talk Live, Season 5, Episode 51, DJI Mini 3, all the latest. I do sincerely apologize for starting late. Just want to let you know there's going to be no Rotor Talk Live next week. And the reason there's going to be no Rotor Talk Live is I just received a brand new computer from HP. Brand new computer from HP needs to go back to HP. I spent most of my day today trying to get it to work. I had to reload Windows 11 twice on it, and it was not pretty. I've been on the with customer service for probably over 3 hours. They hung up on me at least 3 times today. So my frustration level is through the roof right now. I'm just going to tell you guys that right now. And I'm very sorry for starting late, and I do apologize for that. I want to welcome everybody. Johnny's here tonight. Philly Drone Life, Mikey, Maddie's here. Ted, Fly Guy Merrill, Quadcopters and Tech, Jaybird, Dr. Ted is here, Michael Wright is here. Let's see who else we have. Leonard Oglesby is here. Maddie's here. Let's see, 107 Drones. Casey Crime Fighter is here. Welcome, my friend. Flying Flynn Media, good to see you. Let's see who else. Of course, Johnny's here tonight. Charles Hatmaker. Just want to make sure I covered everybody. 107 Drones. Let's see who else. John K is here. Sub 250 aerial shots. Akarasho. John Olson. Just want to try to get everybody here and make sure I didn't pass anybody up. Okay. Wow. And again, I am really sorry about that. It's just, and Lauren, it's just, you know, and I got to say this. All right. I ordered this November 11th. It came November the 30th. Okay. And it was a breeze setting it up. I had no problem setting it up. All right. And then all of a sudden, okay, you know, I've left it on. I went ahead and I shut it down and I rebooted it. Okay. And then I get this, the user profile service failed the login error. All right. Now I've been in IT 30 years. So I know my way or two around a laptop. All right. Well, lo and behold, I had to reload Windows 11 not once, but twice today. I tried everything under the book and then some, and then didn't work. So, yeah. Well, Dr. Ted, I wish, but I'm way too into Windows system right now with everything that I have. So that's just my par for course, and normally it's been good. This has just been a incredible experience, and an incredible experience with HP, one where I've gotten hung up on at least 3 times today. So that's just my frustration levels through the roof. All right. We do have some things to talk about tonight. One of the things I want to let you guys know, 2 weeks from today, and I'm trying to see, so week from today is 13th, so it'll be the 20th. We're going to have our holiday giveaway. Okay. I was going to try to do that next week, but being that I won't have a laptop, I kind of won't be able to do that from my iPad. Now, there may be a possibility I might be able to get set up. I'm going to test to see if my iPad works with StreamYard. I think it does. I'm not sure. We'll see. If it does, we're going to kind of have an abbreviated show next week. But we'll have a full-on show on the 20th, and we'll have our holiday giveaway that night. Got lots of stuff. Got T-shirts, stickers, pens, just all kind of cups, mugs, all kind of goodies. So stay tuned for that. That will be on the 20th. Make sure you're here. Valerie's going to join me. We're going to have our Christmas lights on around our neck. So we'll all be decked out and ready to go here. The other thing is, most of you know, we're also preparing for a big trip. And the big trip is, my daughter is scheduled this Saturday is her due date for grandbaby number 2. So we're heading up to beautiful, cold Ohio for a week and going to enjoy, you know, Ellie, our granddaughter right now, and granddaughter number 2, whose name we don't really know yet. So we'll find out. Just really appreciate your prayers that everything goes well with my daughter. Her name's Victoria. There's a safe labor and delivery and a very healthy baby. You know, that's what we want there. Okay. All right. I'm going to get to some of the topics of the night. How about that? Yeah, we're going to do some of that here tonight. Okay. Now the Osmo Action 3 had a firmware update, and I wanted to go ahead and go over that. Let's see here. Yeah, let's go ahead and go over that here. Okay, DJI updates Action 3 camera to add time code, new shooting features. Okay, actions. Let's see here. Added HDR video in shooting mode for wider dynamic range. Added shooting 10-bit video in decinelike mode. Added enhanced image quality in video shooting mode. Added time code for synchronization. Added OTG USB on-the-go connection. Added Rocksteady Plus for better stabilization. Added support for 16:9 vertical display live stream. Added narrow option for FOV. Added options for auto power off. 1 minute and 2 minute are now available. Added support for Arabic and camera system settings. Okay, do you know the custom mode settings will be reset after the firmware update, so you want to take note of your preferred settings beforehand. Okay, you know, that's great that they've done this update. I'm hoping it's going to correct a lot of the issues that have cropped up with this. It's not been a smooth release for DJI, and they, the Action 2 was, not what people expected. I know Marcus said it's working well for him, and I know our good friend Barry Markowitz said it's working well for him, but others have said not so much. So my original Action has been fine, and I'm taking it up to Ohio with me when we head up there this weekend, so to record some of the events. So that's where that's coming from. Now, let's see what else. I thought I had put that article up here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get an article up that I thought I had on my Facebook page, but I don't. Let me get that up here real quick. Now, I don't have a banner for this, but I want to go ahead and share this anyway. It's another sub 250 gram drone. Potensic releases Atom SE sub 250 gram drone just in time for the holidays. And look at it. I don't have to tell you what it looks like. Okay, it doesn't break the bank. Atom SE packs a pretty good punch for the price point. Sub 250 gram drone, features 12 megapixel camera, shoot up to 4K 30. Each battery has an estimated flight time of 31 minutes in sport mode. Can fly up to 16 meters a second. Both are similar to the Mini 2, but 150 cheaper. All of that in less than 250 grams. You can order the Atom SE directly through Potensic's website, where for right now you get $20 off, coupon automatically applied at checkout. When you order, you get the drone, a smartphone controller, 2 batteries, and all the required cables are $299.99. Same price as DJI's Mini SE, but with higher quality video. Okay. First hands-on thoughts. My bar for the Atom SE was low, being a budget drone. However, actually ended up having a lot of fun flying it. Maybe I've just been flying on C mode too much lately, but I felt the Atom SE had some great acceleration. It was very maneuverable. I can see this as an excellent gift for someone who just wants a drone to fly around and have fun rather than do professional work. So let me go ahead and I'm going to drop this link in the comments here because I don't have that currently in. Let's go ahead and drop that in here, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. Yeah, I thought that article was pretty relevant, and I wanted you guys to go ahead and see that. Sub 250 gram drones. I mean, it's the name of the game now, and who would have thought that a couple of years ago? And then now, since the Mini came out, it's been, everybody left and right wanting to do it, and of course, the one who's done it right has been DJI, and we're going to talk about the Mini 3 here in just a couple of minutes. There's another article that I wanted to talk about here from Drone DJ. And I thought I'd had that up, but I don't. Okay. All right. DJ updates Matrice 300, Matrice 30 drone firmware to fix import error. Okay. This significant. The main reason why DJI has released these new firmware packages for its commercial drones is to fix the issue where importing a KMZ file would fail. KMZ files designed specifically to reduce space taken by KML files are important when it comes to importing map locations, polygon boundaries, or waypoints from geographic information systems or Google Earth for pre-planned aerial missions. But the Pilot 2 app would limit their import to M300 and M30 drones. To solve this problem, DJI has released aircraft firmware and remote controller firmware, while M300 RTK drones aircraft firmware has been brought up to, and then remote controller firmware of that. Both software bundles require DJI Pilot 2 app to be updated to the latest version. Okay, so it sounds like it got that taken care of. Ron, how are you, sir?
Hello, Bill. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, having some computer frustrations, but other than that, I could say I'm hanging in there. So, so we're just in time because we're getting ready to bring up, of course, the main topic of the evening here is the Mini 3.
Oh, our beloved Mini 3, huh?
Yeah, and there's just so much. By the way, I love what you did with your place, Ron.
Well, I had Art's decorator come over and do it for me.
That's absolutely just deserves a lot of kudos. I'll tell you that. a lot for sure. First of all, I got to say this. There's so much going on right now about the Mini 3. It's not funny, okay? Now, we're going to take a look. I'm going to post some articles up here, and then we're going to kind of get into it. But, the first thing here is we're going to show an article from High Kestalu stating that the release date is December the 9th, okay? Now, we've all seen the Mini 3 at Best Buy, $859.95 with the DJI RC, okay? And now they're talking about, he states in the article that a release date of December 9th seems very realistic here, all right? Now, we also saw here Mini 3 images suggest nearing launch of a step-down version of the Pro drone, okay? And there were some more pictures of it here. And some of the pricing on this. And then we saw Mini 3 leaks after product clues, pricing confusion update, okay? You can see what apparently like the Flymore combo is like with this. And there has been, okay, DJI currently sells a Mini 3 Pro with RCN1 for $759, $909 with the RC, and $699 for the drone alone. And the Mini 2 at $499, $599 is a Flymore combo. Only leaves $100 between the highest price Mini 2 and the drone-only Mini 3 Pro. So how will DJI price a new Mini 3? Relatively slim differential.
That's a good question, Bill. Where in the price department, where does this fall between the Mini 2 and the Mini 3 Pro?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Ron. And they're talking this Igor had $858, and that's exactly what you see on the price tag at Best Buy. And it's just, it's like, too many, that saying too many cooks spoil the soup kind of thing. It's just information overload right now, because we're just getting bombarded by stuff. And if this comes out on the 9th, which I think it probably will. Okay.
Now a lot of people were saying in the chat last night in Drone Nation, the 14th.
Then we have the 14th
as well, including our friend from up north.
Okay.
So and a C11, his tweet, he does say it might come out around the 9th or whatever. He kind of leaves a little wiggle room in his statement.
Well, it's also the possibility they release the teaser on the 9th. Okay,
that's true. But I think last night they were saying that everything will happen the same day. The teaser and the drone are going to come the same day this time around.
Wow. And the 14th, I mean, that leaves little to no time to get one before Christmas. I mean, or to send one as a gift for Christmas,
Well, at least we know they'll be in one big box retailer in the U.S. We know that's confirmed.
That's true. I mean, it's already at Best Buy, that. So if you're looking to be a early adopter of the Mini 3, that's where you're going to get it. Now, I wanted to backtrack just a tad here. Okay. As far as what the equipment that's going to be on the Mini 3. Okay. Now we do know it's going to have vertical shooting. Yes. We do know it's going to have 4K 30 is going to be the best frame rate that you're going to get on that. And we do know that there's no obstacle avoidance on it. But they did talk about front sensors. Okay. I
know that was weird. Like, yeah.
What is all that about? Front sensors. I mean, it's like, yeah, it has bottom sensors, but what are front sensors?
They were saying in Drone DJ, they were saying position, sensors. Well, we've been familiar with positioning sensors, but they've always been in the bottom. They've never been any place else on a drone. So is this going to be a first, or
Yeah. And that just, again, we're getting that water's getting real muddy with all this coming out here. And, my whole take on this is this, Ron, okay, with such a slim margin between like where, lining up between the Mini 2, the Mini 3, the Mini 3 Pro. Okay. Why wouldn't you get the Mini 3 Pro? I mean, really,
yeah.
I mean, if you look at it,
Bill, you bring up a good point. Say you're an average consumer. You're not a drone nerd like us or whatever. You're just an average consumer, and you're in Best Buy, and the clerk showed you the box for the Pro, and he showed you the box for just the Mini 3, just the Mini 3. I mean, you're going to be so confused on which one's the better one for you. Like, is it worth it to save $100 and get the regular over the Pro, or it's going to cause the average consumer some real dilemmas out there.
I think, and this is me, I think DJI's marketing has been, it was, people are starting to catch on to this, Ron, because I've seen a lot of comments in my Facebook groups and out on my community tab and out on Twitter. I've seen a lot of people comment, DJI is doing this. They're releasing the best version first. And then when they release that best version, they'll sell it standalone, but it's not available immediately. Okay. Which has been true with the Mavic 3 and true with the Mini 3 Pro.
Right.
Okay. Here's Marcus. Hey, Marcus.
Gentlemen, and I use that term very loosely.
All right.
I'm glad Marcus is here. When we get done with the Mini 3, I want to hear about the Atom SE.
Yeah. The Potensic. I was just telling Ron, what DJI's marketing has been, release the top of the line, the Mavic 3, okay, and then have a Mavic 3 standalone available, but not available at launch, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like maybe how many X months later, we're going to come out with a Mavic 3 Classic, and then a Mavic 3 Classic by itself, but not available immediately at launch, and the Mini 3 Pro, okay, and the Mini 3 Pro by itself, but not available immediately at launch.
When I looked yesterday, the Mini 3 Pro still wasn't available yesterday to buy as a standalone.
Yeah,
on DJI site.
Yeah, you still can't buy it standalone.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying yesterday. Yesterday it wasn't available standalone. Maybe today it is, but yesterday it wasn't.
But Ron, if we buy that drone, it's going to be the RCN1 then, probably.
And I'm saying all this, Marcus, to like, and Ron and I were just talking about this, the price point between a Mini 3 and a Mini 3 Pro now, with all we're seeing, it's not that much of a difference.
I mean,
I agree.
The two biggest things people want to know, Bill, is, because these bundles muddy the waters. What will the price of just the standard kit be for the Mini 3? How much will it be for just drone, controller, and one battery? What's the price of that kit? And that's what we don't know. We don't know the standalone price of just buying the drone or whatever. But basically, once they establish that price of the base kit, we'll know how cheap it really is, or not cheap, depending on how you're looking at it.
Yeah, yeah, and that's something we're not going to find out until probably the 14th when it actually
Hey Bill, Marcus and I have speculated. We have no information on this at all, but the fly more combo that was found in Best Buy and what we've seen a lot on the all over the social media. Do you assume that's the standard battery? That's all three of the batteries are the standard battery?
That's a great question. I would be hard pressed to say that the other two would be the extended batteries, but who knows? But see, if they want to keep this under the 250 grams, it's going to be standard batteries.
Yeah.
So, that's probably where they're going with this, because they want to, appeal to those over in Europe and the UK. And go ahead, Marcus.
Hey, Bill, can I answer Mark White? He's asking me about the Lite Plus. UPS, they said they were going to deliver it today. Then they sent me another email late this afternoon and said it's going to be tomorrow. So I assume it's the holiday rush. So the short answer is I don't have it yet.
Oh, drone delays. That nothing moves slower than a drone when it's on a truck.
No
matter how fast they are in the air, they're slow movers on the back of a delivery truck.
Yeah.
Now, if you were something you didn't really want, that would be here like in the next day.
Oh yeah, I've had like shaving cream or shampoo or toiletries or stuff. It's here the next day.
And you already have half a bottle still left, so it's no emergency. But it shows up there the next day.
Yeah.
Well, some of those toy drones that I've had, I mean, they're high speed drones. Like I've taken them with me to give to some of my friends out at the drag strip. Some of my teammates. They want a drone, so I'll find one to give to them. Well, I take it in the Corvette down the quarter mile once, and I tell them, I said, "This is a fast drone. I've had it up to 120 miles an hour." They go, "Wow!" And I go, "Yeah, it was sitting in the seat next to me in the Corvette."
And also, that was a fast delivery.
Yeah.
Maybe UPS should switch to Corvettes for drone deliveries.
There you go. Hey, but there's a lot of chatter about the Mini 2 still being such a valid product. I just had a conversation on Facebook with Ryan Duvall and John Coopy about it. I just think the conclusion that I think we're all coming to, and we talked about it on Drone Nation yesterday, is really there's still going to be a huge market for the DJI Mini 2 based on price. And I think Ron has been on top of that this whole way, that the big deal about these drones often is price point.
And I don't think the Mini 3 is going to have a sharp enough price point to put the nail in the coffin on the Mini 2. I don't know if Marcus and I discussed this. I don't know if we said this last week. How we're all accused of being DJI fanboys, Bill.
Oh yeah,
we get all that. But even inside the DJI fanboys, there's another subculture of Mini 2 fanboys, and they're a tighter knit group than we are. And they love that drone, and they're not going to resist something much higher. Hey, while Lauren, you got Lauren's message up, can I wish Lauren a happy birthday up there in Canada?
A very happy birthday to Lauren.
Yep, up in North Texas, you mean?
Yeah, North Texas.
Way North Texas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and look at Lauren's comment here. So, that kind of speaks for itself.
Well, that's a bummer. And you know what that does is that leaves room for, I hate to say it, but what I loved about the Mini SE is that it kind of kicked a lot of these crummy, lesser, quote, bargain drones, I'll call them, to the curb. Because for $300, you could get that thing and it worked well. So now the Mini 2 and the prices come way down. If those aren't available, it doesn't give people a lot of choice. And so they're going to still be buying some of those drones that we
Atom SE.
Well, I wasn't going to say the word, but yeah, that's the point.
But you know what? I agree with everything you just said, Marcus. But what we don't know is how many Mini 2s are already sitting on warehouse shelves for different companies around the world. Even if they stop making the Mini 2 tomorrow, how many hundreds of thousands of units maybe are still sitting on warehouse and stuff, already made and
I'll tell
selling
you,
all throughout the good part next year.
Ron, to your point, I have thought of exactly that. And the other big thing about it is remote ID. You're not going to have to worry about remote ID with the Mini 2. And I've thought about maybe just picking up an extra one just for that very reason, just to have another one, because like I suspected what Lauren said is that they will discontinue it. And I mean that, and Maddie was saying, no, it won't work with the DJI RC. That's true. But, so what, we'd have to use the RCN1 controller. I mean, I think there's definitely some advantages to it.
Yeah.
And I kind of started this off. This is right before you joined us, Marcus. And the whole thing about this whole pricing thing, okay, and where DJI's kind of been going as far as that's concerned. And, and some people have chatted in the comments with good reason. Not a lot of people can afford $1,000 drone, okay, and that's a point that's very well taken. And DJI hit a real niche with the Mini 2 in that price point. Okay, that was a very affordable drone with a lot of features in it, and now it's going to be gone.
Bill, Ryan Duvall just picked up the Costco had a deal. He picked up the 2 battery version with the little bag and all that of the Mini 2 for $389.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, gee whiz. That's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it?
That's great. That's crazy. And see, what they're doing is, in a way, they're forcing you to go towards the Mini 3, okay? And they're forcing you, and most people will say, and Ron and I talked right before you got on, most people look, oh, it's $859 for the Mini 3, and if I spend another $125 more or whatever, I can get the Mini 3 Pro. Right. So, we'll just get the Mini 3 Pro. Oh, we'll finance it. No problem. That kind of thing,
Yeah. But no, Marcus, I think Marcus made a great point. If DJI gets out of the under sub $500 drone market by eliminating the Mini 2 and the Mini SE, and they only have, I'm just spitballing here, they only have a $700 Mini 3 as their lowest priced product, there's a big hole there, a big gap there, Marcus.
Big, huge gap. Hey, I want to address what Mike says, TX Arch Drone Guy. Mike, because the Mini 2 is under sub 250 gram, you won't have to have, you don't even have to put a number on it. And it will not have remote ID, and unless you use it for commercial purposes, and then you would. So I think that's what's going to make the darn thing really popular.
Yeah, and it's this, okay, and it begs the question, and I'm going to come back to you guys, with that gap in pricing, DJI's always hit a particular niche in terms of, they had something that was under, at least maybe one, if not two, under $1,000, and then now it's like $1,000 to $1,500, and then now it's like $1,500 to $2,000. But they always just seem to at least have a couple of drones under $1,000.
Yeah, well, Bill, you remember the first cheap drone, the Spark.
The Spark,
their first drone that was somewhat affordable. I think it was $599 without the controller, and that was a big hit because of the price.
I'll go back further than that, Ron. I agree with you on the Spark, but remember the Phantom 3 standard was right around, it was under $400. And at the same time, and about that time, the Phantom 4 was, I don't know, what was it, Bill? $1,200, something like that.
Yeah, it was about $1,200.
Yeah. So you could buy that. That's, quite frankly, that's what got me into GPS drones. Phantom 3 standard for $400. I thought, hey, I can buy this. I can see if I like this hobby, and it's exactly what happened.
Yeah, you're right. The Phantom 3, I don't know on launch, but I mean, when the Phantom 3 was, when they were trying to move them out, they were $399 for the holiday sales or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's when I bought
the end of life.
Yeah.
Well,
and a lot of those units were out there.
Yeah.
107 Drones posted, they got that new headquarters they have to pay for over in Shenzhen. it's funny, but maybe it's a valid point. Maybe that's why they're doing, they're needing to generate more income. But
hey, Barkley's bringing up a good point. Mini 3 has a way better camera. Of course it does. And
way better camera than what?
Than the Mini 2.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But it better has it cost twice as much, Marcus.
Yeah.
Well, okay, when there's an absence in a market, okay, somebody will jump in to try to fill it, okay, and Autel is still there with with a Nano,
and you can buy a Nano still on this daylight for $599 standard kit.
Yeah, you see, and DJI, and see, that's why I have a hard time believing DJI is going to abandon that $500 to say $750 segment, okay? Because there's a lot of drones to be sold in that price point. I just don't see them abandoning that. That's like giving up a prized airplane route to somebody.
That's like opening the door back up for the Fimis and Hupsons of the world to get back in there.
Okay, well, let me throw this at you then, guys.
Okay.
Because I thought of this this is called the Mini 3, right? Nothing after it. What if there is a Mini 3 SE in the works with a lesser camera? I don't know what else, how else they would change it. That came in right at that $400 price point, let's say. That would make sense.
That would really muddy the waters up, Bill, if we had 3 different Mini 3s and then trying to sort all that out at the store.
The Mini 3 SE, Ron.
Mini 3,
Marcus, what's your bottom price on that SE?
Well, I'd say $399, just under $400, and I think it'd be a hit. Yeah.
I don't mean just the drone itself. I mean the drone, a battery, the controller.
I do just under $400, and I think it would be a hit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very valid point, Marcus, and that's well taken. See, again, because while a lot of times we can't figure out DJI what they're doing and everything here, I don't think they're going to leave a segment open to their competitors. Okay, even though their competitors, there's still a pretty big gap between them and Autel. They're not going to leave that open. Okay, and I think what you said makes a lot of sense, Marcus, because they don't want to leave a segment by itself, that marketing segment. They don't want to do that. That's an area where they can sell drones and sell them easily. $399, that's a no-brainer, okay? People will hear that Mini 3, boom, they'll go out and they'll buy it.
But it has to be price right.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Ron, because a lot of people right now, because I did a poll, okay, out on my community page, and I had over 82%. I asked, would you buy the DJI Mini 3 for $859 with a DJI RC? 82% said no. Okay. And you know what's driving that? I would say for the most point, that's going to be that price point.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. And it's gonna push people back and push them away from something like that. And that's just one of these things. And I think DJI's taken this all in, but again, without discontinuing the Mini, so for a point in time, they're just going to have the Mini 3 and the Mini 3 Pro. Is their entry level drones, and they're going to be on the high end of knocking on $1,000 kind of a thing, and that's just going to be the way it's going to be until they would come out with a solution like Marcus said. That's just my thoughts.
Now, Lauren's thoughts is my opinion. DJI is starting to price themselves out of the market.
Yeah, I do not disagree with Lauren at all on that.
Bill, I decided to go over to Ron's house.
I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, you guys have the same interior decorator. I like that.
Yeah, Art Carlson's his name. I'll give you his card after the show.
Yeah, this is actually Art Carlson's secret hangout, and Ron and I are just borrowing it. That's all.
It's an Airbnb.
Right, it's an Airbnb.
We'll be out of here in a couple hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm we kind of know what we need to know about the Mini 3, or we think we know what we need to do about the the abilities of it and what it has. But the big mystery on either the 9th or the 14th or any day in between, We just want to see the final pricing on all the particular bundles
and availability. And if you can buy the drone by itself right off the bat, right, Ron? I mean,
which that's going to be. We could tell you right now. No. That's a. I'll do a
Joe Namath
DeMarco Boer pick there. No, it won't be available on day
very
one.
unlikely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a Joe Namath guarantee to win the Super Bowl kind of thing. Yeah.
I
would be about 99.9% with you, Ron. I agree. That's not going to happen on either the 9th or the 14th. So, and then just a little bit of switching gears here. Okay.
Oh, well, just before we move on too much, well, we kind of know the availability, Marcus, since it's already in Best Buy. The minute they release it, Best Buy's got it back in the counter again, so we know whatever date it is, it's already in stores.
Okay, I'm going to throw a little curveball here. Okay, the Pocket 3. All right.
Oh,
where
is it, Bill?
Yeah, there's been. Well, our buddy Acetalev, in his predictions for this year, that was in his list, and
yes,
the clock is ticking here. It's December 6th, and we haven't seen anything from Deals Drone or anything from Acetalev himself. Nothing on this.
Maybe they'll bundle that with the Mini 3.
Oh yeah,
that's why the price is so high.
Well, they're going to have to figure out how to get a 1-inch sensor and still make it small and compact, right?
Yeah, I agree with Marcus, Bill. I think the Acetalev was right. I think it was scheduled to come out fourth quarter this year, but I think they ran into problems.
I think you're right. I think
like Marcus said, maybe they tried to bite off a little bit more they can chew. Maybe they tried to put a 1 sensor in there, and they just couldn't get it worked out. And it kind of going to push the release maybe into the first or second quarter of 2023, which the Pocket 2 is such a good item. It's no big deal. It's not a product to be begging and be upgraded. In fact, it's probably one of those deals. If they put a 1-inch sensor in a bill, they double the price of the Pocket 2. The Pocket 2 owners will just keep it rather than pay like $700-800 for a 1-inch Pocket 3.
Yeah, and at this point in time too, as far as parts availability, I know they were having some protests over in China over lockdowns because they've been real strict regarding that. So there's a lot of stuff going on over there right now. So
there are some moving pieces, and that could be partially why we're seeing the higher prices as well. Their costs are going up, right?
Yeah, and part of that could be in that tariff and all that kind of good stuff, which I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, not at all.
Well, we know that to be a fact because their products are cheaper in the Great White North, just over the border.
In North Texas,
you can buy them cheaper now. So
let's try.
Strong dollar has something to do with that, I'm sure.
We could probably, what? Let's do a road trip and go up and see Lauren. Why not?
Heck yeah!
Now, if we brought those items back over the border, we'd have to declare them and pay the tax bill.
More than likely, yes. So they got you coming, they got you going. You're not gonna win in a game like that. That's for sure. I can just about tell you that. So
hey, before we run out of time here, can Marcus give us an overview of the newest mini drone on the market? A 299 sub 250 gram drone. In fact, he's going to go get it. And Bill, I want to hear about it. Features. Marcus, I don't have the Facebook thing up here. What's that?
There it is.
What's the OA called on that? What was that? Shake Vision or?
Yeah, well, did they say Shake Vision? I don't know, but it's got electronic image stabilization.
They got a special stabilization on that called like Shake plus Group Vision or something.
They even talked about it on Drone DJ today. I mean, I'm surprised. I am surprised they didn't have Marcus's review up there.
Well, I'll tell you what Drone DJ did was just an ad for Potensic. Honestly,
that was.
I lost some respect for Drone DJ over that one. Just an
now, Marcus, is this $299 price point? Now, is this a threat to the Mini SE and say the DJI Mini 2 line of drones?
Well, let me tell you, the folks at Potensic have been on me all day long to take that review down. They don't care for it much, but I told them, I said, no, that's my experience with the drone, and I spent a lot of time problem solving on that. It's not something that just happened in a day. And I have hours and hours invested into that little drone, messing around with it, trying to get it to work, and working with Potensic, new firmware, app updates, etc. And what you see in that video is my experience with the drone. Now, if some other reviewers have a different experience, they have a different experience. But that's what I saw. So, you know, it is what it is. And I actually told that to Potensic too. I said, listen, I didn't do anything but show just exactly what happened with the drone, and they couldn't argue with it. They agreed. They still want me to take it down though.
Well, it seems like there's a lot of comments and negative comments in the chat about that drone, Marcus.
Yeah.
No, kudos to you, Marcus, for doing that. And you know, that reminds me, and you know, our good friend, you know, Original Dobo, you know, that's what I love about him. He doesn't care. You know, he'll go out and he'll say it like it is, and that's what I like about Marcus. Marcus is just repeating his experience. He's put a lot of time and a lot of effort into it. Try to make that work. You know, I had that with that Holy Stone. Okay, I tried that with that Holy Stone. I tried several times to get it up to what, you know, in that range. It just wouldn't go more than I don't know how many, you know, how many meters, and it was returned to home. You know,
hey,
it was just like
so. Bill, you just touched on something. Holy Stone is another one of those. Is an Amazon brand. Now, I've had Potensic drones that actually worked pretty good, but I'm trying to think of one Holy Stone drone that I've ever owned that actually worked as advertised. And they will occasionally send me a drone to review, and it's always the same story. And my concern is this. Obviously, they're still selling on Amazon, so people are still buying their product. How many people buy those drones and then go, oh, well, this just isn't the hobby for me. It just doesn't really work, and it's more trouble than it's worth. You know?
And mention too that a lot of those the top end Potensic drones are priced up right up there with the Mini SE Mini 2 drones. So you know you got to pay $400 for some of these Potensic drones, Marcus.
That's true. Now, Potensic tells me that they're going to come out with a version of this Atom drone that will have a 3-axis gimbal on it.
Oh.
And, you know, perhaps by the time that one comes out, they might have refined the flight controls and the transmission and so forth that it actually works. If it does, great. And I told them that please still send me drones for review. I'd be happy to review it at the time. And so I don't, you know, who knows? They're not very happy about that review today.
Check out Sean's comment.
Yeah. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Sean.
Well, you know, I had to throw that out there because I put that out there. I said, yeah, this came out on Drone DJ, and I'm so glad, you know, I wanted you to talk about that tonight because, you know, like Drone DJ's whole thing was just an advertisement for the drone.
Well, I you know, it makes me then every time I look at a Drone DJ article now, I'm going to go, okay, what is this? That kind of made me sad when I saw that, Bill.
Yeah, hey, the guy did the article did admit he hasn't got to fly it much because of bad weather.
Well, yeah, that's what he said. He said he hadn't flown it at all. Right. Yeah, that's true. Well, hard to, but anyway. Hey, listen. While we're on the same subject, I want to update because it reminded me seeing Sean's comment. The EXO drones got a hold of me again, so they sent me another drone back. The gimbal went bad on that Black Hawk 2. I sent it back to them. They sent me another one back. It was a used drone, not refurbished. It didn't have all the cables in it, everything else. Had the same gimbal error as the one that I sent them. Was not the same drone because I checked the serial number. I thought, God, did they just send me the same one back or something? But no, it was a different drone. However, I got a hold of them again. They said, oh, my God, we're so sorry. They sent me another label to return it. I sent it back, and they already have another one on the way to me. So we'll see how this one looks. But it's kind of good to kind of check out their customer service and see if it's really all that. So far, I can say they have been responsive. Now, the drone that they sent me back the first time, I can't imagine how that happened, how they sent me a used drone that didn't work back. But anyway,
Marcus, customer service is good over there, but quality control is not too good.
Well, well, and listen, here I have some theories, and I don't know if this is true or not, but since they got bought out by that what do they call it, storefront or open store, since they got bought out by Open Store, listen, they probably have an OS&D warehouse. Overstock and damage is what OS&D stands for. Ron knows that from being in the shoe business, huh? But they probably have people in there that don't know a drone from a tomato, right? And so they probably just had a guy that threw something in a box and sent it off. So, well, anyway.
Yeah.
Just a guess. I don't know. Just a guess.
Marcus, you better contact Charlie personally and have him take care of you on this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and Sean is right. 3 drones before you get one that work. Hey, Sean, let me tell you, with Fimi, the Fimi Mini, the Fimi X8 Mini, it took 4. The 4th drone actually worked.
Yeah. Sean doesn't know that in the U.S. we have baseball, Bill, and 3 strikes and you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no 4 strikes here.
Well, Marcus got 4 balls, I guess, on that one drone there.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, Maddie is saying Charlie's probably in the Bahamas. I doubt it. I'll tell you, I would be shocked if they gave him $100,000 for that company. I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
Charlie's probably pumping gas then, huh?
Yeah. Well, who knows? Or back in college again, or who knows?
Any closing thoughts here, guys?
Go
ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just excited about that Autel Light Plus showing up tomorrow. I'm pretty stoked about that. Hopefully, I'll get some decent weather. I can get some batteries charged and fly it. So we'll see.
Yeah, but Bill, think about that. He got the Light Plus for like about $1,100 or whatever after all his discounting, and he would have had to pay $859 for that Mini 3 Flymore kit, and his Light Plus is a Flymore kit. So for just about $250 more, he's got a much better drone. Well, it's not 250 grand, but in every other respect, it's probably going to be better.
One is sensor, all of that stuff. I agree, Ron.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah. So my thoughts, Bill, I'm just letting Mini 3 watch here. I guess I'm believing Lauren and them the 14th, but I'm going to be ready tonight just in case, because you never know when DJI internally could change their plans. Maybe no matter what date it was, that doesn't mean they can't change. So I'm going to be on the lookout the 9th, which is I got today is the 6th. So that should be Friday, Bill. Was that correct? The 9th?
Friday. Yeah.
So I will be I will have my my boots and stuff on Friday in case it comes out. But the 14th will be the following Wednesday?
It'll be following Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah. So
hey Ron, if it is the 9th, would you send me a text? Because I'll probably still be asleep.
Okay. We will send you a text and get the buy button out of the closet too.
Yeah.
Next week, because of my laptop experience, we won't be having a live show. I'm going to put a rebroadcast up. I'm going to pick out a great episode from this year, and one I know you guys will like, and we'll get it out there for you to see. So and I'll make sure it'll say rebroadcast on, so we're not live. But a week following that, we're going to have our Christmas giveaway, and. Of course, we'll have Ron here, Marcus here. I may invite a few other guests we'll have on. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to wear Valerie's going to be on. We're going to wear our Christmas lights, around our neck and have, and making everything merry and bright. Got t-shirts, got cups, got mugs, got stickers, got pens. You got a whole host of things.
We'll have Mini 3s by then to give away.
Mini 3s, absolutely. So,
hey, Bill, before you sign off, you might put Sean's comment up. He's saying that a UK retailer
4th from the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right. Thank you, Sean, for that. That's great information. So
now, Bill, when will you be leaving for Ohio?
On Friday. So I'll be up in the air. I'm going to try to get Wi-Fi so I can see what's going on. I could probably StreamYard from my laptop or not from my laptop, from my iPad, but I'm just going to do a rebroadcast for next week. So, because we're going to have our hands full, we're going to be visiting new grandbaby and our current granddaughter and spending time with the kids and enjoying them. So, and trying to stay warm. You know, it's
Hey,
been in
no,
the
how
80s
about that
down
darn
here.
DJI? They must have waited until they knew Bill the Drone Reviewer was going to be off for the week to release the final drone of the year. Those son of a guns.
That's all I got to say. Well, guys, have a great weekend. Have a great week coming up. Again, we're going to have a rebroadcast next Tuesday night. As always, remember, it's a great day to fly. Take care, everybody.
Still